just the emotional impact from this, even if it was a hoax, it was an unbelievably cruel hoax because it's horrible.
Yeah, and now you've got all these students wondering the same thing. All right, so we are going to go ahead and wrap up our live coverage of this now that we have an update, another update from Fayetteville Police that they cannot confirm, or they have not confirmed any active shooter at all. Now the investigation starts with UAPD in determining where those calls came from. We'll, of course, have live team coverage of this coming up at 4, 5, 6, and 10, and also live updates when we get them, and also a lot of information on our website at 5newsonline.com.
To go quickly. So that in itself can be disturbing for students who are just going about their day. So I'd like to learn more about how this is impacting students, what they're hearing, what they're seeing, and just getting an inside look at how different this day has been.
And although we don't know much right now, and although we know that there hasn't been a lot that have been found, which actually is a good thing at the moment, we have seen that urgency and that very quick, swift response, not by just university and the university police, but by the surrounding area agencies. We have seen a lot of action and lots of people responding to the scene. So that is definitely something that has been a positive out of this. Another positive that we just heard a few minutes ago is that Fayetteville Public Schools are now returning back to normal. And that was not the case about 30 minutes ago, where they were kind of going on with their school day, but they were staying inside. They were not allowing everyone to go out.
Yeah, obviously they feel like their campus is secure.
Which is great, yes.
Now, that could change how they do student when it's time for the buses and the parents and all that. That could change. We haven't heard one way or the other. We just have heard that everything is back to normal there at this time. Clearly not back to normal yet on the University of Arkansas campus, where police are still there, students still in either classrooms, dorms, on the street.
Oh, this is so great.
Do we have another update?
Lykyra just sent us a message. Lykyra's sister also at Kemple. On lockdown, shelter in place. Sergeant Mock with the Fayetteville Police Department told Lykyra Fayetteville PD is essentially wrapping up their part, but not all clear just yet. The wrapping up is a very good sign.
Yes, it is.
Fayetteville Public Schools returning back to normal at 2:15 is a very, very good sign. So we can breathe a little sigh of relief at the moment, but all clear has not been given yet.
Hopefully what we're waiting for is just to make sure that they're crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure that every reported lead has been investigated. We're waiting for the all clear to be given. Once the all clear is given, then we'll find out what happens next. But at this time, that has not happened yet. But The things that also haven't happened are the good things, right? The no crime scene, the no injuries, the no shots fired. Those are all good things. But what we don't know is when they will give the all clear and when we will be able to tell everyone that everything is fine and you're safe and you can go back to normal. We can't say that yet.
No, we absolutely cannot until police give us that all clear. But this has been going on now, almost approaching hour 2. Well, we've been covering this for about 2 hours now when the first alert went out at 12:30. And so police have been working around the clock since for about the last 2 hours trying to find anything. And the good news is they have not been able to find anything substantial, no shots fired and no injuries. Those two are the biggest things that they have not found yet. And Fayetteville Public Schools feeling that it is safe to go back to their normal day. So this is all pointing in a better positive situation than it certainly could have been.
Okay, so we have Meredith Molke. She's our sports director. She's been down there covering the Razorbacks.
Football,
her day, just like the students, took a different turn today. So let's go to Meredith and find out. Imagine, Meredith, you've been talking.
O'clock today. Originally came out here for Sam Pittman's press conference. That happened at 12, around 12:30. We were on our way out of the stadium when we all kind of started to get the alerts about a possible active shooter. So we were told by athletic staff that it was probably in the best for everybody's safety to just stay in the building. So we stayed in there for about 20, 30 minutes maybe before eventually making our way outside to our cars. Once in our cars, we were able to come out here again on Stadium Drive and Maple Street to see a large police presence at this intersection. They had a white Audi stopped here with 2 younger men in it. They have since released that car, and the police presence out here, which was right on this street over here on Stadium Drive, have since cleared out. So all clear over here. But again, students now and faculty making their way around campus. So again, a good sign.
All right, Meredith, thanks so much. And 4029's Brett Rains is also live with us, continuing our team coverage. And this also is a different scene, closer to Mullins Library, where everything started. But I believe we have 4029's Brett Rains.
And Brett, you're on like the outer perimeter of this area. So we're kind of covering all the different angles and areas here. Brett, anything changed where you're at with roads being closed, blocked off, law enforcement? What's going on there now?
Well, guys, of course, this is Government Avenue at MLK, and the next street up, South Hill Avenue, the section of MLK where police, large police presence still right now. Still police are still escorting students, stopping traffic on MLK to help them get across the busy highway. For perspective, we're right across the street from the Walmart Neighborhood Market, and the building right there on the corner, that's the University Art Annex building. Police have been escorting students in and out of there, and the building on the right up from there on the corner is the University Studio and Design building. Now, we've been talking to some students. We just talked to one university student who said, when they got the alerts about 2 hours ago, of course, everyone was very concerned. In fact, he said he was near the Mullins Library when everyone was being ushered away from that location. He said he was making his way here to MLK area, past the Fayetteville High School, and they just in the Fayetteville High School opened their doors to all the university students here nearby and said, come in here and take shelter. Now, that person was, even though he's a 27-year-old student, he said it was a little different being at the high school, but they definitely appreciated the high school opening the doors for university students nearby to take cover. That student's left is now trying to make his way back about 2 miles on foot to find his car. Fortunately, not had any reports here, but you can see police and deputies, Fayetteville, Springdale, West Fork, all here. Some have tactical gear. They're escorting students across MLK and up and down the sidewalks. Right now, they've been here for some time. We've not been able to talk to the police at this location, but we know they have been here for some time. Anytime we see students come out, they stop traffic on MLK. We've even seen police and deputies across the street here at the neighborhood market and at the nearby gas stations on MLK. Fortunately, as we've been saying, no reports of any gunshots or any injuries right now, but of course, police are taking this seriously. And the students we talked to said, of course, they understand that it's concerning. We've even had calls from parents in the Fort Smith River Valley area concerned about what was happening with their students when those alerts came out. Students we talked to, of course, are glad that everyone's safe as of right now, but they also talked about what a huge disruption this has been to their day, the university, the public school system, and really the whole city of Fayetteville right now, as police from across the region have responded to try and keep everyone safe while they look into those reports. We're live in Fayetteville. Brett Rains, 4029 News.
All right, Brett Rains alive at MLK right now on a very gray day. We are hearing some good news coming out of this situation right now. Brett Rains about a mile away from where things all started at Mullins Library when the University of Arkansas sent out that raise alert for an active shooter reported, but they have not found anything just yet. And we're starting to see signs that things are going back to normal and that police are essentially starting to step away.
Yeah, we would love to get that all clear, the official all clear. We'd love to get another update from police there. And you can add West Fork to the list of law enforcement that's out there, along with Springdale, along with Fayetteville, Campus Police, ASP, FBI. The list goes on. And for good reason, because when you get an alert that like students were getting saying there was a potential active shooter, of course, all law enforcement in the surrounding area are going to respond like they did. I also wonder if this weather is hindering the roads being closed and police having to go from building to building. It looks like it's just kind of drizzly out there now, but you hope that the skies don't open up and it start pouring out there and make it even worse for police as they try to do their job, which is making sure that everything is secure and safe. We're still hoping for that all clear. We still know that no shots fired. No crime scenes, no injuries, no arrests. You heard Meredith Mulkey, who was down there covering the Razorbacks, now covering this incident, obviously, saying that she actually saw someone get pulled over, detained, questioned, and released, as Fayetteville police said they were doing. They said all of the tips, leads, questioning, detaining that they had done, they found all of it so far had been, quote, unfounded. There's our reporter, Cameron McCrory, running back to the camera. Hopefully she has some new information for us as well. Or maybe she's going to talk to more students or to find out exactly what they're feeling, what they're seeing. It's got to be a tough day. As you mentioned earlier, Una, this is the second or third week for some of these freshman students who've just moved in less than a month ago and have been going to classes for less than 2 weeks. And now this. So, and you see, this is tactical gear.
Yes.
These are law enforcement with rifles and body armor. So they are taking no chances. What we're still hoping to find out, though, is that the massive response has uncovered nothing. And that's what we're hoping for, that all clear to be given at some point. We did get that good news, with the Fayetteville schools nearby, though.
That's right, that their classes are returning to normal, even though they were virtually continuing their class lockdown mode, not leaving the building at all, but they're now returning back to normal as of 28 minutes ago. But yeah, Brandon, you saw that tactical gear, you saw all the extra precaution that we have been talking about, and where the scene that we just showed you, that was on the left, that was near Mullins Student Union right there. And then on the right, we also showed you the scene where 4029's Brett Rains is on MLK. This is a pretty big, wide space that they have all been working. And Brandon, Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like some law enforcement agencies have left the scene. I know that they were also on the left side of that scene, and it looks like some law enforcement agencies have dwindled down. So that is very good news. We did hear from Fayetteville Police saying that they're also winding down, but all clear has not yet been given. So at first, we started 2 hours ago from one scene at Mullins Library near Student Union, and now in the 2 hours, because they've been getting multiple reports of scenes, it spread to a very big radius perimeter around Mullins to MLK. Looks like this
More tactical gear.
More tactical gear, but
it looks like he's putting his gun away. So we don't know necessarily if they're leaving that area because they're going to another area, or if they're leaving the area because we could be getting an update soon. And the fact that law enforcement do appear to be packing up in some areas, they could be going to another intersection, or they could be starting to open up some of these previously closed intersections like Hill and Government and MLK, where Brett Raines is. That was closed down. So anyone going anywhere, whether you're on foot, whether you're by vehicle, you're probably having a hard time getting anywhere around Fayetteville right now, which is why everyone's been kind of told to stay where you are, shelter in place, or just hang tight until you get an update.
And this is great news that we are seeing there by MLK, where law enforcement, we've seen it go down to maybe about half of the units that we saw. And we know that multiple agencies have responded. Looks like another police officer is leaving the scene there on your left by Mullins Library and Old Main and Student Union. And once again, we even have the FBI here on scene, called to help the University of Arkansas and West Fork, even Springdale, Tawnytown, the fire departments there locally, Fayetteville, Arkansas State Police as well, and Washington County Sheriff's Office all responding. But great to see that we are starting to see less and less police presence, including this street right there, compared to before. And 4029's LaKyra Banks is also joining us, LaKyra, to take over as we have been here with wall-to-wall coverage on this res alert of the active shooter reported situation here. We have crews live on scene, big team coverage that we have for you. And LaKyra, now you're here, and your sister, you've been talking to her. She is a student there.
Yes,
who is still on lockdown?
She says they're still on lockdown, and we actually just got an update from University of Arkansas Police. They say that officers are being cleared, but lockdown is still in place right now. So they didn't say which officers exactly are clearing the scene, but they said that they're sending some of their staff out, but that lockdown is still in place. And that most recent RAS alert that they sent out, I believe that was around 1:30, 2 o'clock there, and they're saying that that is still active. So that RAS alert just being that police are responding to multiple reports around campus, and that people should continue to avoid, deny, and defend.
All right. Kyra, thank you.
So again, as I just kind of step in here, my sister is on campus right now. She said that she was definitely very afraid, very scared whenever she got that initial RAS alert, just saying that there was a potential active shooter investigation going on campus. And she said that, like I said, right now they are still on lockdown at this time. She says no one can leave the classrooms that they're in. She said that they barricaded doors in this classroom that she's in. So definitely still a very active situation going on there. Like I said, that lockdown's still in place right now.
Any indication about when they might get the all clear to go back to their dorms, back to their cars at this time, or is it just still wait and see?
As of right now, UAPD is still investigating. They're still going through classrooms. No kind of indication on what time that all clear would be lifted. But like I said, kind of some good news there. Officers working to clear the scene. We had that report that Fayetteville school districts, the public schools, they've kind of started to leave, or their students have been dismissed. And the Fayetteville police saying that they have crews who are leaving the scene as well. So we are getting some indications of some good news. But like I said, that lockdown still very much in place right now. So waiting for that all clear.
The fact that they're starting to wrap up the active part of their investigation is good news. The fact that we haven't had any reports of arrests, any reports of shots being fired, any reports of any injuries, that is all good news. The bad news is that the last raise alert that they gave, which is that police are responding to multiple reports around campus, a potential active shooter situation, the continue to avoid, deny, defend. The fact that that is still in place is still a little unsettling. But the fact that they're wrapping up their active investigation, and if you look on the right side of your screen there, you can see where that corner was 10 minutes ago, filled with law enforcement officers, is now leaving. So that area looks like it was just reopened after being blocked off. That was Hill and Government and MLK.
Yes.
So it looks like MLK just reopened.
Yeah, that's right next to the UA Art Annex building. So it looks like police are clearing out that corner there, like you said. And we know that this situation potentially happened in Mullins Library, which is right there in the heart, in the middle of campus there. Renovations recently ongoing. They actually just opened the library fully to students. So definitely a tough situation, and getting that alert around 12:30, that's lunchtime. It's right across the way from the Union area where there are a lot of students there. Definitely lots of food places, restaurants inside the Union. So it was definitely could have been a very busy area. But like I said, Mullins, it has multiple levels. There's about 3 or 4 floors inside of the Mullins Library. So it's definitely a scary situation with so many people who could have been in that area. I know, just being a former student, we had never seen anything like this in the years that I was there. This was the kind of, we had alerts for weather, we had alerts for illnesses, but nothing of this magnitude that we had seen. So this is, in the past, I graduated 2 years ago. So the past 6 years, this is the biggest alert that I've seen come out of the University of Arkansas.
And the timing of it too, 12:30, as you mentioned, a lot of students maybe having lunch at the time, maybe on their way to class, on their way to their dorm, not being able to get to their car, not being able to get to their dorm or their classroom. And the fact that this is week 3,
this is the second week of school.
Second full week of school.
Yes.
Some of these freshmen just moved in last week or the week before. It's got to be a shock to the system.
Absolutely.
When you see fully armed automatic rifles, tactical gear, walking the streets of campus, and the all clear not given. But the good news is we have heard that the active investigations, the parts where they follow up on every tip, every lead that they get, they question people, they detain people, they release people. That's gone smoothly so far from everything we've heard.
Yeah,
no injuries and no shots fired. Can't stress that enough. No shots reported fired. That is the good news. But the all clear not being given yet is what we're still waiting on.
And you can still see police there on the scene. Like I said, Fayetteville police, they've had crews who have started leaving. UAPD has officers that have started to leave as well. So that is some good news coming out of the situation. Obviously, we're all hoping for the best out of the situation. But like we just saw there, we saw lots of officers still armed, kind of in that tactical gear there. So still searching the area on campus, still under lockdown. We're seeing fewer students coming out. So it looks like some areas of campus have been evacuated, like the library, like the Union. But if your student is out in classrooms, from my understanding, if they're maybe in Old Main, if they're in Kimball, just kind of those outer skirts classrooms, they are still under lockdown right now.
And just looking at how the scenes have changed just in the last hour, the urgency and the amount of law enforcement we saw starting to dwindle down, that is good. It is good to see that. And once we get the official all clear and there are no longer officers in tactical gear with rifles walking around, we'll hopefully get another news conference from police in Fayetteville or state police or even the FBI, whoever's leading the investigation, which I imagine is Fayetteville police. Once we get a news conference from them, we can find out exactly where we go moving forward. We're going to be following this obviously on TV and online throughout the afternoon into the evening and the night. We hope you do stay with us there as we continue to give you a live look at the University of Arkansas campus. Real quick wrap up. Raise alerts went out twice. The first one saying potential active shooter. Second one went out to continue to
Avoid, deny, defend.
And
still
that one's still in place. So
that one is still in place.
But we are hearing that the active part of the investigation is starting to wrap up. So once it officially wraps up, we'll come back to you with an update and tell you exactly what we've learned.
So again, no confirmed gunshots. There have been no confirmed injuries and no crime scenes. That was as of 1:45 p.m. That's when we last heard from the Fayetteville Police Department.
Here we go. We have a new raise alert. So after investigating multiple reports, police have not confirmed any active threats on campus at this time. Avoid, deny, defend protocols have been lifted at this time. All right, that's the new news. They're going to continue to patrol campus. Please be vigilant. Due to today's events, classes canceled for the rest of the day. Going to resume Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Students free to leave campus at this time if desired. Housing, most dining services remain open. So getting back to normal. Also Razorback Transit continuing route. So that's the best news we've heard all day right there.
The best possible outcome that we could have hoped for in a situation like this. So again, after investigating multiple reports, police have not confirmed any active threats on campus at this time. Avoid, deny protocols have been lifted, while police, they're going to still be on campus, patrolling campus, but that lockdown has been lifted and classes for the rest of the day have been canceled, scheduled to resume tomorrow.
We want you to join us 4029 News at 4 o'clock, where we will recap everything we've learned. We'll have some new information for you as well. And our team of reporters down at the scene, letting you know exactly what's happening on the University of Arkansas campus and the surrounding areas in Fayetteville.
For now, we return you back to your regular programming.
Dangerous missions.
It involved a rogue agency accountable to absolutely nobody.
Covert operations.
Operations were being done without the knowledge of the American public, but in their name.
And assassinations of American citizens.
American citizens are killed by drones.
At the order of the President of the United States.
Only a few years ago, a president of the United States could not wiretap your phone without the signature of the judge. Now he can kill you without the signature of the judge.
Just how far can our nation's chief executive go in the interest of national security? And how much information does the public have a right to know?
There are cover-ups that go on in Washington, D.C. and government every single day.
It could have resulted at any time in nuclear war.
There are those who believe in the existence of a book. A book that contains the most highly guarded secrets of the United States of America. A book whose very existence is known to only a select few. But if such a book exists, what would it contain? Secret orders? Secret missions? Secret crimes? Does there really exist America's Book of Secrets? Benghazi, Libya, September 11th, 2012. On the 11th anniversary of the most devastating terrorist attack in U.S. history. The United States consulate is overrun by militant rebels and set ablaze. American Ambassador Christopher Stevens and 3 diplomatic aides are murdered. The following morning, President Barack Obama gives a statement in the Rose Garden condemning the attacks and vowing to bring the perpetrators to justice.
And make no mistake, we will work with the Libyan government to bring to justice the killers who attacked our people.
The attack in Libya appears to be a very coordinated military-style attack. This was not a demonstration gone bad.
5 days later, United Nations Ambassador Susan Rice appears on 5 Sunday talk shows and blames the attack on a spontaneous reaction to an anti-Muslim YouTube video.
What sparked the recent violence was the airing on the internet of a very hateful, very offensive video.
But when intelligence reports later indicate that the president and his staff had earlier evidence that the attack was the work of Al-Qaeda, questions begin to be asked. Was the American public being told the truth?
After the embassy was attacked in Benghazi, a lot of people questioned what the White House knew and when they knew it.
Some claim that the terrorist attack was covered up by the Obama administration. Now, why would the Obama administration want to cover this up? This attack occurred right before a presidential election. The last thing the Obama administration would want would be embarrassing information coming out on the eve of the election.
They blame a YouTube video for sparking the attack, but Al-Qaeda terrorists took responsibility for it.